Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo has reportedly stated that he will resign from his position tomorrow. Patricia de Lille will take the DA's decision to rescind her DA membership to court. This is eNews. Good evening. I'm Gareth Edwards. Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo says he'll resign tomorrow. He was speaking to the SABC just a short while ago. Mahumapelo was expected to make an announcement at a media briefing tomorrow, but earlier today he promised to send a letter to the Speaker of the Provincial Legislature by Friday, but he did not provide details of what would be in that letter. Mahumapelo met with President Cyril Ramaphosa last week after the ANC recommended that he step down as Premier. Meanwhile, Patricia de Lille is going to court to challenge her dismissal from the Democratic Alliance. The DA announced today that she had ceased to be a member of the party when she publicly announced her intention to resign on a local radio station. Reporter Oliam Gambi reports.
On 26 April, Patricia de Lille is said to have signalled her intention to resign from the DA immediately after she wins her legal battles against the party. She apparently said this on Talk Radio 702.
Eusebius then goes on to say, if I hear you, you are saying, ideally I want to clear my name, Eusebius, that's why I'm going to court. And if I win this battle, and when I win it because I think I've done nothing wrong, then the morning after I've won the court case, I will resign from the DA. Patricia then replies, I will walk away. You have summed it up correctly.
We wish Ms. de Lille well in her future endeavours and thank her for the service that she has given to the party. This has been a confusing time for the citizens of Cape Town, for which the DA sincerely apologises.
The DA want to take a shortcut.
Not so fast, says Patricia de Lille. She says she's going to court to challenge her membership termination.
I will show on Friday that this so-called automatic cessation clause is unconstitutional and it's unfairly applied to me. That is the purpose of going to court on Friday.
The DA says Deputy Mayor Ian Nielsen will step in as acting mayor while de Lille approaches the court to prevent the city manager from declaring a vacancy in the city of Cape Town. Olim Ngambi, Johannesburg.
The Doornkop Farmers Association says parts of the land invaded near Protea Glen belongs to some of its members. It says government has not compensated or fully paid them before they were moved from there. A group of people have been attempting to invade several hectares over the past few days. But this has been met with stiff resistance by homeowners. Malongelo Boys spoke to some of those who claim to be the rightful owners of that land.
This vacant land overlooks Protea Glen and has seen hundreds of people attempting to invade it to build houses over the past few days. But Protea Glen residents aren't having any of it, saying it will decrease the value of their properties. Pono Shabalala says more than 20 hectares of his family land were sold to make way for an RDP project.
Mina bengirana ibusiness la ye farming. Since ngirana ngisasemncane so lithe mabafika bona bathe sicela lo mhlaba sizoncompensate nihambeni niyofuna amanye amafarm kwenye indawo. Makumele sibasicompensate sabasinika ama RDP nama 460 bongasisivumelano leso.
Benivumelene ngamalini?
Ngibanikile mina evaluation. Beyenza 1.8. Ngiye ngayihambisa ku City of Johannesburg ukuthi na evaluation yami ngiyenzile ifarm yami iweta imali engaka. Bayithatha savumelana.
Daniel Manase says he was given 300,000 rand and an RDP house for his 10.7 hectares of land when he too was moved from this farm in 2016. The 60-year-old says they even wrote to Johannesburg Mayor Herman Mashaba asking for assistance.
Mina ngifuna banginikeze le mali le abafanele banginikeze ngifane nalama farmer babanikeze boma 2 point something 3 point something bangiphe kahle.
Bongani Tsime says his parents died waiting for the compensation they were promised.
mabeze bazofaka imikhukhu yonke le plus leli ngoba lisa ownwa yimi libhule ngakimi so ngithi mina mabaze bazofaka umkhukhu bayigcwalise yonke le ndawo lena eplotini lakithi.
Officials from the city of Johannesburg admit they are aware of this and that they are working on finding a solution. Malungelo Poi, Lefareng.
Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa faced a wide range of questions in the National Assembly this afternoon. He says the National Assembly is still discussing land expropriation without compensation. He warns that implementing the land bill can't be rushed as it will take a long time for people to heal from the country's dark past. But the President says that violent land grabs will not be tolerated.
As we address this and a whole number of other challenges that we face, violence should be removed from the equation at all times, because violence is not the way to resolve problems. Problems are easily resolved through dialogue, through consensus building, through people sitting around a table, exchanging views, and arriving at a mutually beneficial and a mutually acceptable outcome.
5 unions representing striking bus drivers have come up with a counter-offer to end the protracted wage talks. They are asking for a 9% increase in the first year and 8% in the second year. Employers say they've not yet received that offer. The Bargaining Council is suggesting an increase of 8.75% for year 1 and then 8.25% in year 2. Bus companies were expected to meet today. Workers, meanwhile, have slammed the brakes on bus services for close to 3 weeks now, originally demanding a 12% wage hike. Welcome back. This is eNews. Police Minister Bheki Cele says he's unhappy about the pace of investigations into police killings in KwaZulu-Natal. He says he wants the killers in jail. He was visiting the family of ANC branch treasurer Patricia de Lille, who was assassinated at his home on Monday. Tuba Valani is reporting from there.
Just 2 weeks apart, and 2 ANC leaders are dead. No arrests have been made after 54-year-old Nombuso Mqadi and 42-year-old Sfiso Cele were killed. Cele's family says they are now living in fear.
Siyasaba. We don't know what the motive is. We don't know if we speak to the media, are these people going to identify us and come back? We are so scared.
The ANC says Cele was an outstanding leader.
He's the product of the ANC Youth League, and he graduated there, being the leader at the branch level, and he went to the ANC and he became the chair of the branch. And he has been really inspirational when it comes to the programs of the ANC in Lower South Coast.
Cele and Mqadi were killed after the Morano Commission completed a probe into political killings in KZN. In 2012, ANC activist Wandile Mkhize and 2 other branch leaders in Oshabeni were killed. The police minister says he wants to see the killers in jail.
That people are not in prison who have killed the people. These people were not hit by the lightning, were shot. So somebody must be in prison. I'm not happy about that, they are not in prison.
Cele says senior investigators will assist in cases of political killings. Tuba Vilane, Margate, KwaZulu-Natal South Coast.
An audio recording of ANC MP Umduduzi Manana offering to pay consolation money to his domestic worker has now surfaced. Christine Wiro opened an assault case against Manana at the Douglasdale police station, but later withdrew that. A woman who accompanied her to the station recorded Manana speaking to the police about giving Wiro money.
So I'm saying, just for any consolation, just to take care of Mama, for what she feels is humiliation, I can give a consolation to her. Not the money she needs or the money she was earning. I'm saying I can give a consolation for her to take care of her health, of her family, at least of 100. And in that way, that doesn't end our relationship, but it, our relationship continues.
So what did they
say now that whatever you decide, what you must tell they must tell the station commander?
They must tell the commander, and then we go and sit down for a consult. So that's the consolation that I'm trying to get into. Look, Mama, I know you've worked just for 2 weeks, but I'm willing, just for humiliation and all over, to give that consolation. Then we can still continue with our relationship.
Well, garbage is piling up all over Hillbrow following months of intermittent refuse removal services to the inner city Johannesburg suburb. Health professionals are warning that Hillbrow residents are facing a heightened risk of opportunistic infections such as dysentery, typhus and hemorrhagic fever. Johannesburg officials say the lapse in services is due to a drive to insource contract workers. Nicholas Bauer has the story.
Hillbrow is beset by challenges. It's one of South Africa's most dangerous suburbs, with over 12,000 crimes being reported here in 2017 alone. And it's massively overcrowded. According to 2011 census figures, almost 75,000 people inhabit an area of little over a square kilometre. And when rubbish isn't collected, it piles up quickly.
Been terrible over the last couple of months now, and been getting worse. We don't see many pickup litter people coming on to do their jobs, and with the risk of rodents and cockroaches, it's really a major health risk to the community of Hillbrow.
Residents complain refuse removal has been intermittent to non-existent since December.
No one is coming to pick up these things, man. And now it's smelling up.
This is horrible. This is bad.
City Waste Management says services have been obstructed by attempts to switch workers previously employed part-time in the Josie at Work program to full-time employment. Some of the inner city's foreign national residents believe his focus is elsewhere.
His priority is to try and address the question of undocumented migrants, a work in our view that is being done by the Home Affairs Department, instead of him focusing on cleaning the streets.
Mashaba has started a Cleaner City campaign called Ari Sebetseng, a program some Hillbrow locals believe needs to gain traction. City authorities have promised more workers on the ground by the 10th of May. Nicholas Bauer, Johannesburg.
Now, for a quick look at what is making international headlines this evening, we start in Syria. The evacuation of about 800 rebels and their families from the north has now begun. Earlier this month, Russia brokered an evacuation deal. Opposition fighters have agreed to lay down arms and return the towns of Hula, Rastan and the villages around them to government control. And finally, the Kaliua volcano is continuing to erupt on Hawaii's Big Island. Boiling lava has engulfed nearly 30 buildings. Most of them are luxury homes in an exclusive estate about 20 kilometers from the volcano epicenter. Nearly 2,000 people have so far been evacuated with a state of emergency in place. Here's a reminder of your headline stories this evening on eNews. Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo has reportedly stated that he will resign from his position tomorrow. Patricia de Lille will take the DA's decision to rescind her membership to court. And finally, it's not often that President Cyril Ramaphosa loses his cool, but this afternoon in Parliament, the President could not contain his frustrations with the constant interruptions from opposition parties. He was answering a question posed by the DA Chief Whip John Steenhuisen on the minimum wage.
And shut up, you Steenhuisen, and listen. And shut up, you Steenhuisen, and listen. And shut up, you Steenhuisen, and listen. You look around the world.
Point of order, Chief.
I want you to shut up. I really do want you to shut up.
President.
Because
Honourable members
continues to make a noise and he's not listening.
Honourable members. Honourable President, will you just take your seat, please? Why are you rising, Honourable Steenhuisen?
House Chairperson, the Honourable President told me to shut up, told me to shut up, told me to shut up. I'd like him to answer, but shut up is unparliamentary. And if you're gonna hurl EFF members out for telling him for deliberately leaving
Honourable
out,
President,
the rule must apply to him.
withdraw,
he must
please?
withdraw.
I am prepared to withdraw.
Here's a reminder of your headline stories this evening. Northwest Premier Supra Mahumapelo has reportedly stated that he will resign from his position tomorrow. Patricia de Lille will take the DA's decision to rescind her party membership to court. That's it for eNews this evening. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.